Here we have a headset with the right lens problem. The right lens, the headset has been dropped, and so you can see that it's the whole lens is damaged here. Rest is all okay. It turns on, it works very well. What we're going to do, we'll be opening it up. We'll see if we have to replace both the lenses. Ideal would be to replace both the lenses. As you can see, this lens is scratched and damaged here. Let's start the disassembly process. I'll be using this fiber cloth from time to time to protect these cameras. Step one, let's remove this face mask. This is has few clips and it just comes out easily. That's removed. Yes, this lens, this headset has been dropped, so some of the clips may already have come off. However, if you haven't opened up yours before, so it might be a teeny tiny bit different. In some clips you will feel a bit of resistance. All right, next step is we'll be removing this cover here. Once again, there's no screws here, these are all clips. You can use a pry opening tool. I tend to avoid it because you can put some marks here. We'll try it with this few clips. You can just simply pull and it should come out easily as well. Other thing, you just want to be covering up your lenses all the time, just in case if you feel like you're gonna scratch them, so you can cover them as well. Let's just try it. See, this side is already coming out, so that's few clips have come out from here. And let's start. Yep, the main clip is under the nose here. We just need to get in there and pop that one out. So these two are out. This is where I will use a little bit of pry opening tool. That's the maximum leverage we're gonna have. Let's try to pry open it from here. Yep, this one's coming out easily. Now I can get in there and pop this main under the nose here, this little tab here. So let's just give it a, yep, so that's removed. That's pretty much 80% of this cover is removed now. We just have this top bit left. That's removed, that's removed. Now we have a couple of clips here that we can easily pop out as well on our inner plastic clips. So that comes out. Once again, be careful and away from the lens. Yeah. Essentially, it's all just clips that you are trying to pop out. That's this removed. Next step is we'll be removing this plastic cover on the lens here. Once again, it has a couple of clips that we need to pop out. You can see that this one is here. So once you only need to lift up one, so once the one is lifted up, it should be easy. So that comes out, and this one is the same. This one's already lifted up. This one's lifted up from here. Once again, this headset has been dropped a few times, so a couple of clips and these pop out as well. Next step is we'll be removing our faceplate. In order to remove the faceplate, these are the steps. So we'll be using our wheel. So you can use the wheel to close position now so we can see the screws. So we have 1, 2, 3 screws. You can see that there's a white base there, and then you have 3 screws on this side, so total 6, and we have 1 screw in the middle. All up, 7 screws we'll be removing. Next step is, there's 2 clips here, we need to pop that out. We won't be able to remove the faceplate as the camera cables are still connected, but we'll have some room to work with, so I'll just pop these clips first. That's 2 clips removed, and as you can see, so these are the camera cables there, and they have a bit of adhesive under there as well. So we just need to remove the adhesive and lift up the cables. Go a little slow. Gently peel off the adhesive. That's this side removed. We'll have a bit of room now to work with. I'm just going to, that's the maximum we're going to get. We'll be removing this antenna clip here. There's 3 screws, 1, 2, 3, and then we have 4 screws at the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4. A quick tip to remove these screws: almost all of these screws are now non-magnetized screws. What do I mean by that? They won't stick to your screwdriver, they'll go all over the place. So we have a small little trick here. What I do, I just put some blue tack on our screwdriver, so now the screws will stick to it. So let's just remove 1, 2, 3 screws first. Let's remove the 4 bottom screws. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're now able to move this clip. The antenna cable is still connected there, so I'm just going to move it this much and disconnect this antenna cable. We can now see the cables. There's 3 cables that we need to remove in order to remove our faceplate. So let's just quickly disconnect 1, 2, and the 3rd one is here. And we have our faceplate removed. So this one has a bit of adhesive, so peel it off slowly. Our faceplate is removed. Next step is I'm going to disconnect the battery. That's the battery connector here, and the battery is disconnected. We'll be removing this heatsink plastic piece here. Now there's 2 screws at the top. That's a different length, and then there is 2 screws at the bottom. So keep a note of these 4 screws. They're different length. Remove the 2 bottom screws. Gently lift this up. Sometimes this screw is stuck in there. That's okay. Let's remove the fan. There's 3 screws and we'll be disconnecting the fan connector. 2 screws here and 1 black screw here. Take out the fan and we can now remove the fan power connector. Next step is we'll be removing the board. In order to remove the board, we'll be disconnecting all the cables connected to the board. Let's start by removing all these cables one by one. Let's start from here, move this, and they take it out. This one, pop this out. However, there is adhesive under here. So let's just pop this out first. Once that is removed, you have to go super slow here and peel off that adhesive. Try to go this way. Alright, so that's removed. Let's start removing all of these. Take out this. That's all the cables removed. Just make sure, double check everything, that all these cables are disconnected and away from the motherboard. Our next step is we'll be removing 4 screws here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once again, these are non-magnetized screws. Use your screwdriver with this blue tack technique. You can now take out the board, gently remove it. That's our next step. Is we'll be removing this metal frame here. So we have 2 black screws here. That's 1 here. Let's just remove this cable from here. That's 2. And then you have these 2 screws here. We'll be removing the 4 screws, 2 black screw here and these 2 screws here, and we'll be able to remove this frame. That's 4 screws removed. Just make sure these 2 speaker cables are out from these 2 clips. I'm gonna remove this, remove this. There's no other, so this is removed. We can just take this piece out now. If there's any resistance you feel, just double check nothing is in the way. Yeah, this comes out. Let's remove the battery. In order to remove the battery, we have 2 hex bits here and 2 black screws here. Let's remove these. So that's, you need one of these screwdrivers. Gently remove the battery. Next step is we will need to be removing this wheel frame from this lens LCD assembly. These are the steps. We need to be peeling off this cable. We'll be removing these 2 screws. The wheel will just lift up a little bit, and then we have these two black screws. Let's go step by step. Let's just gently start peeling off this. Once that is peeled off, just make sure this cable is completely removed from this cable, so that's separated. Next is, let's remove these two screws. Let's remove the two screws at the top. Okay, this side, let's go through it one more time. We have this cable removed. This one is, we have removed it. These two screws are removed now. The wheel will be able to lift up just after removing these four black nose screws. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's remove these 4 screws. Once that is removed, we have one antenna cable remaining. So this is, we're going to take it out from these clips. All right, so that is away. Beautiful. That is lifting up. Move the wheel. Try to lift it up from here. So this wheel frame, that is removed now. Next is we have in order to remove our lens plus LCD assembly, these are the screws that we need to be removing. There's 2 screws at the top, there's 2 on the sides, 2 bottom screws. That's 6 screws on this side. On this side we have 2 screws in these 2 corners. And we'll be able to take out our full lens plus LCD assembly. Let's remove these. Keep holding this from here because it becomes loose. All right, see, it just comes out straight away. That's our frame. That's our this lens plus LCD assembly is removed. We'll be carrying out right lens replacement here. I'll be doing one by one these lens replacements. Let's start. Few things I would like to mention, and it's very important to note that the turning the wheel. So turning the wheel, there's 2 positions there, so it's very important to note that. So turning the wheel, this is what I call, that's your closed position. That's the maximum it's gonna go to your closed lens position. And then turn this way, that's your far position. 90% of the time we must have the wheel in the far position in order to carry out the lens replacement. The only reason we will be going to the closed position just to get to this screw, that's all. Let's go through step by step one more time, and let's start taking out this lens first. All right, I'll be taking out this screw and taking out this clip. It has a very simple pattern. Just take out the screw and take out that clip with it. We'll be flipping it over since we are removing this lens. will be removing these two screws. Now, once again, these two screws, if you have the lenses accidentally in the closed position, you won't be able to see those screws. And sometimes you'll think that, oh, this is a different revision I'm doing or different model. No, it is the same model revision. You just need to have the wheel into the far or the lenses into the far position. So turn your wheel and you'll expose these two screws. Now these two screws have these two clips under it as well. So let's remove this screw and this clip, this screw and this clip. Flip it over. I'm using this microfiber cloth just to protect the lenses. We have two more screws remaining here at the bottom, and there is a big clip under it. Now, you can take out this one easily. The other one is still not exposed yet fully. I'm going to move the lens to the closed position now to expose the other one. There is this metal bar there that's sitting between two clips there. What I'm going to do, and then there's a clip here as well. I'm just going to lift it up and slide it out this way. So that's your lens is separated. I'll just show you what I mean by that. So this is sitting, it doesn't matter, you can, so this is sitting like this, and this comes out. It's now you just gotta make sure this does not go under, it goes in between here. Now in order to align it, it's very easy. There are these two holes here that we need to align it here and here. So that's how you take out the lens. That's lens removed. Just a quick handy tip, that's our replacement lens. That's a lens cleaner. It's a good habit to just give it a quick clean. Once the cleaning is done, let's put this lens back in the assembly. Once again, make sure you are in the far position. So turn the wheel as far as it goes. It must be in the far position. Then we're going to be aligning this lens in this corner here. And yes. So once it's aligned here, make sure it's sitting flushed and this screw hole is exposed. I need to align this and place in between as we discussed earlier. So this is, I'm just going to lift the lens a teeny tiny bit. Place this in. This is my guide. I'm just going to align it here. So this is aligned now. That's all in place. I'm going to put back this screw just to secure it. Very good. Let's place this screw and this bracket back on. That's placed. Flip it over. And we'll be placing two brackets here and the two screws. Flip it over. Once again, make sure it's in the far position. Now, this screw hole area is not exposed. This is the only time we will be bringing it to the closed position now. Now, if you feel any resistance or if there is a little bit more distance than this, so have a look, then your rail or your disc bracket is not sitting properly. So make sure it's all sitting flushed and it's sitting like this. Let's put back this screw. Once all done, another handy tip to know that you have put the lenses properly. I'm just going to turn the wheel, so flip it over. So make sure if you can see these exposed screws, that's perfectly okay. So let's just turn the wheel. They're not visible anymore, and turn the wheel as far as it goes, and they're exposed completely. So that's, we have all the alignment, everything's perfectly okay. I'm just going to have it in the closed position now. Let's replace our left lens, the one that is aligned with the wheel. It's a similar steps as we did with the other lens. I'll repeat it. I'll go through one by one. The step one is, as always, make sure your lenses are in the far position. This one is already in the far position. So that's your closed position. One more time. And that's as far as it goes. So that's your far position. You can check it, flip it over, and make sure these two screws are exposed. So if you are in the closed position, these two screws will not be exposed. So turn the wheel, flip it over, and let's go through this one by one. Let's take out this small bracket and this screw first. I'll be using, once again, our Blu-Tack screwdriver, screw bit here. And these are all non-magnetized screws. Flip it over, and we'll be removing these two screws along with these two brackets. Flip it over. You're in the far position now, so this screw is already exposed. Let's take out this screw. Let's move our lens to the closed position. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now this is, so you have some leverage, and you can take this one out. Once again, this metal bracket is pretty much free now. Easiest option is just move it to the far position one more time. And this just lifts up automatically. So lift it up. And that's your lens removed, and that's your bracket. It's there. It comes out like this. Grab your replacement lens. It's a good habit before putting everything back together. Use this lens. We have this lens cleaner here, and I'm just going to give it a quick clean. Let's place this back in this assembly. All we have to do is make sure, once again, the wheels are in the far position, and we're gonna be aligning this here in this corner. Once it's in this corner here, make sure this is how it's sitting, and it's in this position. Once it's here, I'm going to align this bracket in between these two clips. You just have to lift the lens a little bit so that this sits there. Okay, make sure this is sitting flushed. I'm just going to quickly put back this screw to secure it. That's done. Next is, let's put this screw and this bracket back on. That's done. Flip it over. And we'll be placing the 2 screws here along with the 2 brackets. That's done. Flip it over. We have one last screw remaining, that's here in this corner here. Let's just move the wheel, turn the wheel, and we'll... Beautiful, it's working perfectly okay. Let's put this screw back on. That's pretty much it, done. One quick tip you can check, so flip it over. Just turn the wheel and make sure these screws are exposed. Let's just turn the wheel again, and now they are hidden. So as long as you have these 2 positions, you have aligned them properly and they are in place. If not, it's just this bracket. This is not sitting properly. You just have to revisit your work. Let's start the assembly process. Grab your this frame, grab your lens plus LCD assembly. We just gotta align it and place it in. You just gotta make sure there's no cables getting stuck or anything. Smooth, all good. We'll be placing the 2 screws here to secure it. Next step is we'll be placing the 6 LCD screws here. So there's 2 screws here, 2 here, 2 here. Grab your, I call it wheel frame. Once again, we just gotta make sure that no cables are getting stuck. Generally this one gets stuck and this one, so keep an eye on these. So these gotta go in this, and we just gotta be sliding the wheel in. The wheel is your guideline, so once that is in place, just make sure nothing is squished. This one's getting squished. This one's away. This one's here. Wheels in place. Let's count the cables. So you should have 2 antenna cables. That's your 3rd one here. You should have 4 on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one's stuck there. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you have 2 here. Perfect. So that's all good here. So that is all in place now. We'll be placing the 4 nose screws here. So let's place these 4 screws. Once again, just double check, no cables are squished. It's perfect. We'll be placing this cable back in here. All right, there's 2 silver screws that go here, and then there is 2 black screws that we need to place here. Next step is, let's just tuck this cable back in here. That's tucked in there. Very good. Let's place our battery back on. All we have to do is align it and place it in. This happens a lot, so this cable gets tucked under, squished under there. So move this. Make sure it's sitting flushed. We'll be placing the 2 hex bits here and 2 black Phillips screws here. Grab your metal frame. Let's place this in. Once again, this just aligns there. Beautiful. We'll be placing the 2 black screws here and 2 silver screws here. Grab your motherboard, align it, place it in. It goes this way. We'll be placing the 1, 2, 3, 4 motherboard screws. Let's place our fan back on, align it, place it in, connect the fan power connector. Place the 3 fan screws, there's 2 silver screws here, 1 black screw here. We'll be connecting all these ribbon cables now. Let's go through one by one and just connect these cables. They're very aligned already. You just gotta place them in. Tuck this back here. Look at this one. Connect this one. Okay, so we have 1, 2, these 3 connected here. Let's start connecting 1, 2, 3, 4. This cable goes on the top of this one, so let's just do this one first. All right, let's connect the speaker cable. Double check, make sure all are connected. Let's connect this one. I'll just wait for the battery. We'll be connecting it right at the end. Just make sure everything is connected here. Everything's in place. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. That's all good. We'll be placing our heatsink cover back on. This goes like this. Place the 2 screws at the top and 2 bottom screws. Next step is we'll be placing our faceplate and this antenna clip. We have to do it at once in one go. Okay, so let's just connect the battery connector now. Next step is we'll be placing this in. You just gotta have to connect these cables. All right, that's connected. Just a little bit of less room to work with now. We'll place this bracket here and connect this. This is a bit tricky to connect. Okay, that's in. We'll be placing 1, 2, 3 screws at the top first. Let's place the 4 screws here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty much all is done. We just need to put, generally these camera cables, they will be tucked under there automatically. We just gotta press it here. Once these 2 clips are in, they will be a little bit exposed here, that's okay. At this stage, let's just give it a couple of tests. Grab your USB charge cable and plug it in and see if it charges. Yep, we can see the voltage going on. And the orange light is on here. It is charging, so that step is good. Next is just do a quick power on test and see if it powers on and everything is working. So I'm just going to turn it on and see if we can see the Meta logo. Yep, I can see the Meta Horizon logo there, blue. That's perfectly good. And let's see if it goes past the logo as well. Yep, you can hear the audio. Profile signed in, everything's good. So we can see that the profile and everything, I don't know if you can see it. Looks like it's all working good. I'm just going to power it off and continue with the assembly. Let's continue with the assembly. Once all good, will be, this generally tucks back in there automatically. We'll be placing the 3 screws on this side, 3 screws on this side, so that's 6, and the last one goes here on the nose, so total 7 screws. If you can't see these screws, you need to move your wheel so they're exposed. Okay, that's good. Next step is really placing these two lens pieces back on. You just gotta align one clip and the rest should follow easily. So make sure one or two is aligned, rest will follow, and they'll snap back. This one is, we just gotta tuck this one back in there. That's sitting flushed, very good. This one lifts up a teeny tiny bit. That's where the damage of the lens was, I believe. Next is we'll be placing our proximity sensor cover. All right, so this is how this one goes. This one is this nose clip. Once we align this, the rest of the clips are automatically aligned. So we just gotta make sure your lenses are in far position. So I'm just gonna place it in with this. Yep. So once you hear this click, that means this is in. Rest we will follow easily, one by one. Let's start this side. That side is in. This is where the damage of the lens was, I believe. So this, we gotta just take it back in that position there. Okay. Once that is in, that's the maximum we can do here, because that's where the damage of the lens was. Once that is in place, we have one last step remaining. Let's place our mask back on. So this goes this way. And that's what it should look like.